Hey, hey, you guys. Yes, we had a little technical difficulty. And what that means to me is that this is going to be an amazing episode. And so, what I would like to do is do two things. One of them is I would like to introduce myself. Wait a minute, there is a little um, feedback. So, one moment, I'll be right back. Why is it? All righty. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Dr. Tina D. Lewis. We had a little technical difficulty in the beginning, but I'm here to tell you that I am live, up close and personal, coming to you from New York City. Yes, you got it right, the Big Apple. And we are here for the WIN conference. We are going to have a blast. All I can tell you is Global Women Speakers is getting ready to show out. Not just we just show up, we're getting ready to show out. I promise you, the Statue of Liberty is going to step down and she's going to come and want to be in the room. It's going to be explosive. And not just because we are in the building, but because today on Sunday Speaker Series, sponsored by Global Women Speakers, I have a very, very special guest. Talk about money, all things money, she knows it. I can tell you that not only does she knows money, she knows grants, she knows product launching, she knows entrepreneurship, she knows a lot of things, right? She's like all of these boss babes that we have. That's a part of Global Women Speakers. We all have multiple gifts that we bring to the world, whether we choose to do it one at a time or collectively. That's who we are. And so, once again, my name is Dr. Tina D. Lewis. I am the founder and creator of Global Women Speakers. It is simply where world travel and speaking collide. We travel the globe simply delivering our messages, our products, and our services, and networking with women internationally. Yes, yes, yes. I'm super excited, not just because I'm in New York and the ladies of Global Women Speakers are at our restaurant, they're having lunch, and I am here showing up as I promised that I would. Late is better than never. Late is better than never. But I made a commitment that we will have Sunday Speaker Series every single Sunday, right here, same place, same time. And I will bring some powerful, did I say powerful guests? And so we have one today. She is actually here in New York, and we're looking forward to connecting later. But right now, without further ado, I just simply want to bring her to the forefront because she is absolutely a powerhouse. Hey, we got the money elevation strategies. Anyone want to elevate their money, elevate their legacy, elevate their finances, elevate you feel whatever she calls it herself the money elevation strategist. I'll call her the life elevation because not only does she elevate your finances or your money, when you do that, you elevate so many other things, right? You elevate your zip code. You elevate the type of foods that you consume. You elevate your relationships. You elevate your entire life. So I'm going to scratch that off for now. She is the life elevation strategist today. And we have the Dr. Erica Lane. Hey, yeah, I did say
Hello,
doctor.
beautiful.
I never did.
Listen, call it as you want it to be, and be clear that is on the way. You didn't know that, but there was something that dropped in your spirit that said it was on the way, it's coming. And so you didn't know that, but it's coming.
Absolutely. And so we have Dr. Erica Lane in the building. So Dr. E, I mean, who are you? First of all, who are you? Who
Right?
is you? Who is you?
Who is me? Besides being the money elevation strategist, I am actually the chief profit coach at Global Profit Solutions. Right. I am also an international keynote speaker. Yes, all around the world. So I love global women speakers because does exactly what I love, to share my message, but also to travel around the world while doing it.
Yes, and
Okay.
sell your products. We do sell our products and services, but we make sure that we have fun doing it, right? And so, ladies, I encourage you that if it's something that you do not like doing, right? And I understand you have to do things for a living. At one point in our life, we have to do what we have to do until we can do what we want to do. And so that want to do thing may come later, it may have already passed, but it's coming back around. And so if when you decide to do what you want to do, make sure you absolutely love it. Make sure you do it with the people that you enjoy. And I promise you, your life will be elevated. And then you can call the money elevation strategist and say, hey, I want to elevate my money now. Yeah. So we travel around the world, Dubai, Paris, we're in New York, we're going to South Africa. Erica, we were invited to speak at the University of Johannesburg. And I am so ecstatic because that's an honor. And speaking of honor, it's an honor to have you here. So who are you and what do you do? Talk to us, E.
So I actually serve ambitious women entrepreneurs to plan, manage, and maximize the profit in your business, right? So I want you to make sure that you're not just making money out here in these streets, because tons of people do that. They make lots of money, but they don't know where it's going, right?
Yeah,
Or
that was that was me. Still is a little bit. I got to be transparent. The reality
that's
is, make a lot of
real.
money,
That's
make a lot of
real.
money, and yeah, I
That's
mean,
real.
I didn't have a budget. I didn't know anything about it. I just knew that I made a lot of money and I was going to buy what I wanted to. And if someone said, "So, Tina, you made," let's just say, this is an actual fact. They were like, "Tina, oh my gosh, do you know you made 70,000 this month?" I was like, "Really?" I couldn't, and
Right.
this is the deal. I didn't buy anything tangible. Like I didn't buy a house, I didn't buy a car, I didn't get any investment property, I didn't buy any diamonds, like I didn't buy any stocks, or I don't even know where the money went. I was like, wow, what did I do with it? And so that was a rude
Right.
awakening for me. And so Dr. E, people like you, people like Rita Renee, people like um, all of the people that are totally in money. One of my great friends, Corey Chapman, the people that are like you guys, that you guys totally get it. You get money, you know where it goes, where it's been sent, right? I call money soldiers. My money, whenever I invest it, whether it's in marketing, advertisement, whether it's in travel, whether it's in speaking, pay to
Right.
play, whatever it is, it has to go out and be a soldier, and it has to go recruit, because that's what the army does. It has to go out and bring me more soldiers, right? Make me more money. And so I'm
Right.
ecstatic. So tell us about money elevation and how does it work? Like it sounds good. I do want to elevate my money game. I do want to know where my soldiers are going and if they're
Right.
recruiting or not, so I can have them retreat and come back into the fold and put them somewhere else, right? So yeah,
Right.
help me with that, Dr. I'm going to remove myself, but I just want to say that I've known Dr. Erica for probably about 5 years, and I could tell you that her smile is genuine. She has a huge heart. She launched some products. Everyone's talking about cannabis now, but if you want to know who was a pioneer of cannabis, you see that over there, right there. There you go. Over there, over there, over there. There's Dr. E right there. Yes, she was one of the pioneers of the cannabis movement. Matter of fact, her name of her company was Cannavi before she sold it at a great penny. And so, what I would love to do is I would love to remove myself and bring to the forefront none other than the Erica Lane, the money elevation strategist, is in the building, and I mean it literally. She is in New York, by way of Atlanta, by way of, and we can go on and on and on because you talk about travel. That girl is always on the move. So
On the
without further
move.
ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you none other than my friend, my business partner, my colleague. We learn from each other. So I would like to introduce you to the beast of the beasts when it comes to financial literacy, money. She's been doing it for a very, very, very long time. And Erica, I don't know if you planned on sharing your backstory, but I think it's pivotal, and I think it's important that you let the ladies know why you got into money, because you was not always into money. You were like me at one point. So, Dr. E, take it away. Over to you.
Absolutely. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the opportunity to come speak on your platform. It is always a pleasure. You are exactly the energy and the breath of fresh air that we all need, we love, and can't get enough of. So I love you, Dr. Tina. And listen, you keep calling that Dr. E. It sounds good, is all I'm saying. And it's already in the works. So don't worry. At some point, you will hear Dr. Erica Lane. So there's that. Um, but hello, hello, hello. Yes, I am the money elevation strategist. But as Dr. Tina said, listen, I wasn't always the person who had it all together. I wasn't always the person who knew about money. I wasn't all the person who could, look at a budget and go, yes, I'm doing this and this and this, and knowing all the things that I need to do to be successful in my money, in my finances, in my business, right, in my home life as well. I wasn't always that person. You see, I grew up in New York City, which is the financial capital of the world. They taught us how to get money, but they also taught us how to spend that money. And that's exactly what I did, because I follow directions well. And so I spent that money as fast as I got it, and I spent it like it was going out of style. And one day it did, because the love that I had didn't live here anymore. And not only that, the business that I had that was grossing $750,000 annually, honestly, it went out of business, not through any fault of my own, but just the contracts, right, who I had with the government, right? The government changed and canceled our contracts, and nothing we can do, but 70% of my income walked out the door. Right. And let me know if 70% of your income walked out the door right now, if you would have some complications in your household. Let me know. Like, you would have some complications. Yes. Yes, I know you're saying yes. I know that to be true, because 70% of our income is a big chunk, and it walked out of my door. I went from grossing $750,000 annually to getting in the social services line and walking through the door and thinking to myself, how did I get here? Right. And what I realized is I heard a mentor of mine, um, the doctor, right, because he's no longer just Mr. Les Brown. He is now the Dr. Les Brown. Say, if you can look up, you can get up. And so I cried, the big girl cried, like, with the tears and all the things. But once I got through that moment, and it's okay to have that moment, right? I believe you need to have that moment. Get all of that out of your system. Take a little bit to get that out of your system. But once you do that, once you get it out of your system, now it's time to devise a plan, and now it's time to execute. And that is exactly what I do. Oh, I'm
No,
being timed out.
yes. Yeah, hold on, because here on Sunday Speaker Series, we have something called a pause break. Because, Erica, what happens is we do this all day long, right? We're all operating in our gift zone. We're operating in that. And so we run over things that some people may have missed or just need to be said again and again and
Mhm.
again, right? The more we hear it, the more we believe it, right? The more we believe it, the more we can achieve it. And so you said that you went from making like a quarter of $1 million
Three
to
quarters of
being,
a million dollars.
so a
Three
quarter of $1 million here to public assistance here.
Yep. Three-quarters of a
Okay.
million dollars to public assistance.
Okay. And so I want those that are listening, hey, ladies, listen. I want you to listen up, grab that ear, because it's not how you start, it's how you finish. You guys know my story. My mother was in a near fatal car accident, and we lost everything. I was 18, got pregnant, had my daughter at 19 years old. And so I was on public assistance, literally food stamps. Like, I love it. If I find someone with some food stamps now, I will buy them. I like, yeah. So that was not my
Woo.
plan. That was not supposed to happen. I was supposed to, graduate from USC, not as, a PA, but I was supposed to graduate as a surgeon.
Right.
A surgeon. I was supposed to make $1 million. I had to have the three M's before I had a daughter, before I had a baby. I wanted to be married and a millionaire. I had to have those things. married and a million. I wanted those things before I had kids, but life had something else planned. And
Right.
so, I want you that are listening, like whether, no matter what you're going through right now, no matter what you're going through right now, I want you to put no matter what, hashtag no matter what, like Lisa Nichols says, right? Lisa Nichols,
No
no
matter
matter
what.
what is going on right now, whether, because if you're here, chances are one coming soon, you're going to be here. And if you're here, chances are 100% that you will be here. It happens like that. It's called life. That's why I said she is the
Ebbs
money,
and flows.
not the money, she's the life elevation strategist, because it's the truth. Life happens that way. Life
Yes.
totally happens that way. You can have it all one moment, and at a snap of a finger, a blink of an eye, you can lose it all. You just never know. And losses come differently. They may not be your finances, it may be your spouse, it may be your mom, it may be something that you're emotionally attached to, right? Something you're emotionally
Yep.
attached to that will cause you to just have a seat on the bench, to take yourself off the game. That
Yep.
happens
All
frequently.
the time.
So I wanted you to hear that. So, Doctor E, tell me, like, how did that? And you know what? We have a member. Her name is, she's an ultimate member. Her name is Dr. Erica Sheffield. She's here there at lunch right now. So that's why it's so easy for me to call you Dr. E. She's Erica too. I want you to meet her as well. And so she's the can you relate coach. So you guys would totally
Mhm.
get along. But I want you to go back to that moment of where you said you lost 70% of your income. 70.
7-0.
So did your life change at all?
I mean, dramatically, right?
Okay.
Think about that. 70% of your income walks out the door. That
Mm.
means seven out of every $10 gone,
You
right?
see, you see
Uh,
how she's money, $7 out of $10. You see how she has to relate everything to money, $7 out of $10.
numbers.
Right? I love it.
7 out of $10. Yeah, seven out of $10 walks out your door, right? So now you have to now feed your family. And let's be honest, for most people, right, the income that you're making isn't enough. You're still going out to get more. So if you're living your lifestyle based on the income in which you bring in, whether that's business income or not,
Right.
you build that based on that. And so for you, right, 70% of that walks out of the door. Think about that. 7 out of 10 clients walk out, Dr. T. Right?
Wow.
Life changed dramatically,
Oh, we
right?
have
Because
Shanae in the building. Look, Shanae, Felicia Cameron is in the building. Hey, Fifi, Glendora,
hey,
Divine.
hey,
She said,
hey,
"Hey, Queens." Oh. We got
hey.
Shanae. She says, "Yes." I could just hear her saying it in my voice, no matter what. That's right, Shanae, no matter what. Matter of fact, Shanae, if I don't know if you have time, but I want to bring you in, because when we're talking about money and when we're talking about no matter what, your story, Shanae, is one of no matter what. And I don't know if you're available, but if you can, I'm going to send you the link to log in, because no matter what is the theme. Like no matter what, no matter if you're 18, a single mother and living in the projects on welfare, you still can't earn seven figures multiple times over and over
That's
and over
right.
again, where you almost
That's it.
where you're coming into multiple millions.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's possible, where you can have not one BMW, not one Mercedes repossessed, but you can still drive a Tesla SUV. I'm just saying, like this. These are real stories. You have some too. What are some things that has happened to you that no matter what, you persevere and you came out
So,
you
so
came out
even then,
like a Bendigo, Meshach, and you're not scorched. You have no smell of flames. Like you came out of it, right? So no matter what it is, no matter how hard it hurts, because it hurts. I'm here to tell you it hurts.
oh, it
And it
hurts.
hurts bad. It hurts.
It hurts bad.
It hurts
Um,
bad. And not only does it hurt physically, you guys, it also hurts emotionally, because
yeah,
you are like, dang, what are people gonna say? Oh my gosh, how can I handle this? And then if you're a mom and you have somebody's mouth depending on you to eat, to breathe, to have a quality of life, or your mother, or other people depending on you, it hurts even more. So, Doctor, you tell me about yours. I'm totally open. Let's talk.
so that's fine. So for me, not only did I lose everything, right, and then had to build everything back. So as I was starting to climb back, and I got in the job because I said, you know what, I'm not too proud, and I think sometimes entrepreneurs can get in their own way and not really utilizing jobs as something that you can leverage versus, being this bad thing. But I realized, listen, I gotta feed my daughter, like you said, right? And so I went and I got a job. And then December 22nd, right? And all know what's going on around December 22nd, right? They literally closed the whole department. Like
Felicia's
everybody
like,
effective
yes.
immediately.
Felicia said,
Yeah.
Glendora said, no matter what, Glendora
No matter
Divine out
what.
of ATL, I will be there as soon as I leave here. I'm going to Glendora. We're having Laugh Out Loud therapy. It's going to be off the chain. If you're in Atlanta or its surrounding areas, be there or be nowhere. Don't meet me there, beat me there. I will be in
That's
Atlanta
it.
July 13th through July 16th. July 16th is the Laugh Out Loud therapy. On the 15th, we're going to have a brunch. So you want to show up and show
Mhm.
out, right? Right, G. I call her G. Where is
You
she at?
on
She
the
said
East
no.
Coast? This
Oh my
real.
gosh, wait. Listen, Felicia Cameron said this is real talk. Felicia, do you got a story? Girl, put your story in the chat. So Dr. E, so go ahead, take it away. Go ahead.
Sure.
Real
So,
talk.
I mean, after doing all of that, like they literally told us, what, effective immediately. You know what, all the whole department is gone. Nothing that you can do about it. You all know that the holidays are around that time, and y'all know. I mean, don't judge, but at the time, I still wasn't fiscally responsible because I had paid for Christmas and all of the things on my first two check, and I was going to pay the rent on the check behind. Unfortunately, there was no check behind, right? And so, which is one of the things. Like, you have to be a master of your money because things will happen. My other half always says
Ooh,
Murphy's law will show up and show out.
mm,
Murphy's law will
mm,
always happen.
woo. Pause break. She says you have to master your money. That alone is powerful because if you do not master your money, guess what? Your money will master
Will master
you.
you.
Will master
And,
you. Yes.
and Dr.
Glendora put
Tina,
the link. Yeah, she put the link to Laugh Out Loud in the chat. Listen, it's in the chat. It's in Global Women Speakers. It's going to be on my page. We have a conference. We are Global Women Speakers is showing up for the WIN conference. That's what we do. And so we have that Monday and Tuesday. But I promise you, on Wednesday morning, you're not going to hear anything but laugh out loud because guess what? I love to
that's it. That's it. That is
laugh.
the best form of
Oh
therapy.
my goodness. And I'm bringing her to the West Coast, you guys. Mark my words. It's getting ready to be explosive because I believe that Laugh Out Loud therapy should be worldwide. It's just, that's ever since I met Glendora, that's what I said, that it needs to be worldwide. It just really does because you know what? Laughter does good to the soul like medicine. Just like Erica was sharing,
Hmm.
the reality, she said mercy and goodness. It's in the same book. It's in the same. Laughter does good to the soul like medicine. And I know for a fact when I'm feeling out, when I'm feeling down, when something is not off, when something is not right and I feel a little off, I go to comedy and I laugh like literally like out loud. Like I laugh out loud anyway. I would laugh any moment. I will fall all over. I will even get on the floor. That's how bad it. I would get on the floor. I love to laugh. And so yes, laugh out loud therapy is coming to the West Coast and we will be there in the ATL on the 16th. Laugh Out Loud therapy brought to you than none other than the Glendora Divine. And matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to the money elevation strategist, the Erica Lane. Like Erica, doesn't that sound like a superhero Erica Lane? Like, like Clark Kent, Erica Lane, it just goes hand in hand.
Lois. Grandmother's
So
name was Lois, by the way. So how funny is that?
what? No, I need you to repeat that. I need you to say that again.
Yeah, my grandmother's name was Lois. Her name was Lois. Lois
Lois
Lane.
Lane. Really? Really? So she
Hmm.
she does come from a family of superheroes. It's just in her DNA. And so I
Yeah.
would like for you to give us five tips on how to master our money. And I'm getting ready to take notes. I'm just saying, like, how, like, seriously.
Also, I'll give you a couple of things. The first and foremost, right?
Okay, hold
Mastering
on.
your
Let me
money.
remove myself. I'm going to give the floor to you because I know nothing about money, but how to make it. No matter who you, I can show you how to make some money. Matter of fact, Global Women Speakers has a referral program, and we're getting ready to give out some checks. Yes, this week, Monday and Tuesday. I cannot wait. I'm super excited because somebody is getting a check for $2,000. Yes,
Okay.
so multiple streams of income. I'm just saying that's what it's about. So Erica Lane, take it away because as you know, I will talk forever. I'm very loquacious, and
That's
and
okay.
so I'm going to go ahead and turn the floor over to my sister
This is
from an
your show.
No,
Absolutely.
no,
So this is
no.
the
It's
show.
not.
I'm here
That
for
was,
it.
this is called globalwomenspeakers.com. It has nothing to do with Tina D. Lewis. There are women that make this do what it does. Like Sunday Speaker Series
Mm,
was
I
birthed
love it.
out of me wanting to have a grand finale at the end of 2022. And I would normally
Mm,
have it physically. And I said, you know what, this year, you guys, I'm going to do it virtually. And I can tell you, women from all over the globe showed up. We had Jen Chavez, we had Cody Wassel, Lori,
mm,
and a plethora of other people that just showed up and showed out. It went not 2 hours, not 10 hours, but 14 hours long.
mm.
Yes, I take no 14 hours long because women from Australia, from Venezuela, from Argentina, from Mexico, from Africa, from of course the United States were all online coming in and out. And I just called in favors from people who I invested money with, Erica, the people that I invested money with. I said, hey, can you pop on? Pour into these ladies. They are here, they're hungry. And we had Les Brown. I had Derrick Harper, who has 25 businesses, and two of them are 8-figure businesses, like literally. We had my friend Kate Hancock, who took $20 and turned it into 20 million with Amazon arbitrage. And I can go on and on. But right now, today, on July 8th, I mean July 9th, you know who we have? We have the Erica Lane, family from a superhero. Grandmother is Lois Lane, the real Lois Lane. And so I'm going to turn it over to you. Give us 5 to 7 steps on what we can do to master our money so our money won't master.
So it's a couple of things because money is a great servant, but is a horrible master, right? It is a horrible master. So I want you to master your money and don't let it master you. So there's a couple of things that you can do. Number one, you need to know your numbers, right? That is the most important thing. Understanding your numbers. Right, we can do all this chit chatting about all how much money we make and all the things. We can do all of that stuff, right? But it means absolutely nothing if you do not know your numbers. So first and foremost, you need to know what kind of revenue you are generating. What are you bringing in? Right? How much money are you making? That is important in this one instance, but it's only part of the equation. What I always say is revenue minus expenses equals profit. Revenue minus expenses equals profit. And so what I need you to know is one, the revenue, how much money are you bringing in, right? And the sources in which you're bringing them in from. That's important as well. But the revenue, then I need you to understand your expenses. What are you paying for in your business, right? A lot of times people are looking at, they're looking at, okay, well, maybe I'm paying employee, maybe I'm paying for, phones, maybe I'm paying for internet, all those things, right? And that's great. But there are a bunch of expenses that are in your business. One of the lines that I think a lot of people forget, you forget about insurance, you forget about professional development, right? And these are critical pieces. You forget about licensing, right? That's a part of your budget and it should be done on an annual basis, right? Your budget should be on an annual basis. So we need to be clear about the expenses, what's pulling out um of our profit. And then, right, once you revenue minus the expenses will give you your profit margin. Now we're clear on how much profit that we have in our business on a consistent basis. But here's the piece, right? While that is the equation, the thing that I want you to do, Global Speakers Network, Global Women's Network, excuse me, what I want you to do is I want you to decide how much profit that you want in your business, not the other way around, right? Again, we want to be the master of our money. So I want you to decide, you know what, how much should this business create and generate, how much profit should be in this business, right? And so the only way to do that is to create a full on annual profit plan. What I do is I help people figure out the who, the what, the when, the why, the how you make money in your business, right? Because when you're clear on those things, you can make as much money as you want, right? You can bring in as much revenue, you can have the expenses that you have, right? And then the profit margins are where they need to be. But you can only do that when you know exactly what you're doing, when you're doing, how you're doing, and why you're doing it, right? There should be no guessing. For me, I know what 2024 looks like. I already have it mapped out. In fact, I'm doing an offsite for my company, for my business next month, where I'm going to map out 2025. So that when I'm in the room, when I'm networking with people, when I'm in a space where I'm talking to people, guess what I can do? I can make powerful and intentional connections, right? For what my next is, because I'm clear. And that's what you need to do in order to make sure that you master your money. You need to be clear on what you're doing, when you're doing, and how you're doing. Right. And so those are the quick and easiest ways to master your money. Why? Because you have clarity in your business. You know the who, what, when, where, why, and how you're going to make money in your business. You know, you have all of the tools you need. You know when to hire people. You know exactly when to hire people into your business, because a lot of entrepreneurs, I love it that you're hiring people that look like you, but you're hiring at the demise of your business, because your business may not be ready for hiring yet. But that's a numerical decision. It's not an emotional one. Right? And so I want you to make sure that you're not only making decisions from a with a profit mind, that you know your numbers, that you have the budget that you need, you understand the expenses that are coming in and out of your business. Then you can make profitable decisions. You have an annual profit plan and you're clear about where you're going. She asked for 7. I think that was 7. Right? But be clear about where you're going in your business. This way, your money is always marching. Dr. Tina said earlier, they are it's soldiers. It is absolutely that. They are soldiers in your army to march and go and bring you more. Their job is to recruit, right? And bring you more money. But clarity brings more profitability. So when you are clear on the who, what, when, where, why, and how you make money in your business, now all is done is to get you to the bottom line, queen, and to get you more money. Because she can help you make money all day and twice on Sunday. That's what I heard. And twice on Sundays. But you need clarity of how you're making money in your business. You need clarity. And so it's one of the things that I provide for my clients is getting clear on what the numbers look like in your business, who, what, when, where, why you're going to make money, the exact plan, not a foo-foo, I'm just going to just jump in this thing and figure it out. No, 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 no. We are being clear and intentional. I know that there are 2 events that happen that I host every year. The Real Money Talk Summit in Atlanta, and Pumps and Profit that happens in Houston. Right? I know that those things happen each and every year. I'm clear about those things. So when I'm out and I'm networking, I'm with my thought process, I am thinking about exactly how I'm going to network profitably so that I can do what needs to be done for those events. So I can meet the people that need to be on those stages. So I can meet the people who are going to be the sponsors for those events. Right? But you can only do that when you're very clear about where you're going. For instance, I know when I'm going to launch a new product. I know when I'm going to launch a new service, and I don't know that a month before it happens. It's not a month. It's not 6 months. It's usually a year before it even happens. I know what's being launched next year, and I'm excited about it, right? I know what's being launched in October. One of the big things that's being launched in October is the blueprint, where I'm going to step into your business, and I'm going to help you figure out the who, what, when, where, how, and why, like you're profiting in your business, right? But I can only do that because I know my numbers. I know exactly what I need to make that happen. I know exactly what I need to help my clients benefit. I know exactly what's going on in my business. And oftentimes, unfortunately, as entrepreneurs, a lot of times people do not know what's going on in their business. And so they're flying by the seat of their pants. Want me to give you an example? I'll give you another one. Black Friday. Let me know if you already have your sales ready for Black Friday. If you already know exactly what you're selling, if you already know the price point of what you're selling, if you already know all the things about that sale going on Black Friday. And I know what you're thinking to yourself, hey, it may be July, right? But you need to already be prepared, right? Because there are things that need to go on the back end that cost you money, right? And the sooner that you know what you're selling, the cheaper that things will be, right? But in order to do that, you need to be prepared from a long-term perspective. And so one of the things that I will say to you, right, that helps me and will help you, right, master your money is being prepared. is knowing exactly who, what, when, where, how, and why it's going to happen, right? And you're not getting any shocks. You know what you're going to launch. You know when you're going to launch it. You know how much it's going to be, and you know how many clients you're going to need to make it work. But that leads me into the other thing. The other thing is pricing. Uh-oh.
Hey, before you go into that other thing, right? Before you go into that other thing, one of the things that I love that you talked about was preparation. My favorite uncle was a Marine. And every single time, no matter what it was, he always said, Tina, you got to learn the 6 P's. I'm like, the 6 P's? And he would have me write it on a piece of paper, 1 through 6. These are the 6 P's. Write them down. And I would think of purpose, passion. I would write all these things down. And he said, Tina, that's not it. I'm like, well, what are they? He said, these are the 6 P's that you need for the rest of your life. These are the 6 P's. Like, what are the 6 P's? And so when you talk about preparation, I am a recovering procrastinator. Even with studying for exams, sometimes I think, there we go. Sometimes I think being smart, yes, I can say I'm smart. It's okay. I'm talking about me. Sometimes being smart, it's a double-edged sword because I didn't have to really study hard. I just actually knew the stuff. And then I had a photographic memory where I could see where it was that I read it. It would come back to my recollection. I could literally see it. And so I didn't study as extensively as I should have. And so what that did is I would procrastinate. Like, instead of me studying 2 weeks for an exam that was very crucial to my livelihood, to my educational growth, I would wait like the last minute and cram and do all-nighters and still get an A. And so I know for a fact that if I wouldn't have not have gotten an A from those practices, then I wouldn't have continued to do them. And even though
Yep.
I got the A, what I learned is that even though I got the A, it was not three things. Number one, it was not the proper way. It was not maximizing my full potential. And number two is some of the things came from memory where I did not learn them. I just remembered them. And number three
Mhm.
was that, could you imagine if I had the launching pad, the 2 week time frame that I could have studied and studied and studied, not just getting an A, I would have got an A plus, or I mean, I don't know, maybe something else would have happened. But I just know for a fact that, when we're procrastinating, when we're not operating at our gift zone, when we're not doing the things that's best for us and for our businesses and for our bodies, like I was lacking sleep. So that's why now I don't even need sleep anymore. My body is like, what's that? And so I challenge you. I challenge you to not procrastinate. I challenge you to plan. And so the 6 P's is proper planning prevents piss poor performance. I'm going to say that again because I've heard it over and over again. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. It's just true. And so if you think about it, when you plan properly, when you feel at your heightened level of awareness, of execution, that is where the money flows. That is where the money flows. You're prepared, you're ready. You can go into a room, you can crush it. You feel like you are on cloud 9 because it is what releases those happy hormones. The dopamine, right? The oxytocin, right? Right? The
Absolutely.
serotonin and the epinephrine, those are your happy hormones. And when you properly plan, you prevent piss poor performance, but you also do something to your body. It's physiological. You make yourself happy, those happy hormones. You are walking on cloud 9. No one can tell you anything. You know your stuff. And so, Dr. E, I just had to come in for that because that's important. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. And you're right, you have to
So
prepare.
for for me, my thing was I took a little bit out of the 5 piece, 6 piece because my father must have known your uncle. They must have been friends or something because boy, did I get that hammered into my head too. But what
Wow.
I often say is proper planning prevents poor profit. Proper planning prevents poor profit. Because if you plan properly, if you are ready, if you are prepared, right? If you have the productivity, if you do the things that you need to do in your business, then the profit will come and you'll start to see it really kind of roll through. But when you are driving by the seat of your pants and you're
Mm,
just like, oh, I'm gonna put something up there and hope it stick, like you talked about earlier, being in an early seat of the CBD industry. Quite frankly, we had to do a lot of planning for that. That didn't just
yes,
happen. It went overnight, right? And I
absolutely.
challenge a
Not in
lot of
that
you to
industry.
understand.
Not in that industry. Like you have to be well
Yeah, there's a
informed
lot of
and
planning in
educated.
that.
Be careful because you could have been in jail.
Right. I don't. I like to go all the places. That's not one of the places I like to go. That's not it.
She says I like
But
to
what I
travel.
can,
That's not one of them, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
not one of them. That's
Trust me,
that's
you don't
not
want to go
that's
there.
not one of
I
it.
can, and I still love
That's not
orange.
it.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, yeah.
Listen, but what I will say to you is, you want to make sure that you're planning properly for your profit, right? It should not be a surprise. It shouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I made $1 million in my business. What? I didn't even know it was going to happen. No, 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 no. You should be very clear about how much money you're going to make in your business, exactly where those streams are coming from. You talked about multiple streams of income earlier,
Absolutely, it's
where
a
those
must.
streams are coming from, and how much each stream is giving, because then you can do analysis based on who's bringing in the most money and where you should put your time,
Absolutely. Ooh, that was a mic drop.
right?
Hold on. Mic drop. I love it. Dr. Erica, you are unbelievable. I appreciate you. You are
Thank
absolutely
you.
amazing. So you cannot just come and drop these gems, this gold mine, these seeds and this fruit. You actually have to give our audience a way to connect with you socially, email you, call you. I recommend Erica without hesitation. So Erica, drop. You know what they say? Give me your digits. Give them your digits, and you can slide into
Give the digits,
her
right?
DM. Yes,
Listen, you can reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, those things at Global Profit SOS. Definitely message me. I'm never scared. People are like, don't message me. No, it's okay. Message me. I know how to put people on my inbox. Uh, I absolutely know how to do that. So on Facebook, Instagram, you can definitely do that at Global Profit SOS. And if you want to speak with me, I have a 15-minute complimentary chat. We can chat about all things profit, business, all those things. And you can do that at gpsnextstep.com. And you can reach out to me there. And listen, talk those talks now do 15 minutes, Lord. I know they never never 15 minutes, but they're scheduled for 15 minutes is all I'm saying. But I always want to give you actionable things. I never want you to leave a call from me without having actionable steps to move you forward. That's why it's called gpsnextstep.com, right? So you can reach out to me there. Um, and then finally, for those who understand they want to manage the profit in their business and they want to make sure they have an annual profit plan and they want me to do a deep dive and an audit of their business, do all the things to ensure you are running the business successfully and profitably. Listen, um, you can go to, of course, people are messaging me. Only time they do that is when I am speaking, right? You can go to profitgoldchallenge.com, where you can get our blueprint, right? And that is where we go deep dive. You spend a full day with me, right? And I go deep dive into your business. I'm gonna be all up in your business, right? All up in it, right? But I'm gonna do an audit. I'm gonna make sure that you have workbooks, that you have tools, that you have resources, that we dive deep into everything you need to have a successful 2024 and beyond. So you will have a full plan by the time that you leave us. You'll know the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, the how. It will all happen. You'll have all the strategies. You'll have the connections. You'll have the resources. So definitely, you can definitely get that at profitgoldchallenge.com. And then I'm always here in these social media streets having a good time. So you also can reach out to me here.
I love that.
I think Dr.
Love
T was
it.
coming.
Love
Oh,
it. Love it. Yes, I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And so, ladies, this is live, right? I know I could plan it. I know I could actually record it so I don't have to be here physically. But I just figured that if you, each of you, can show up in person, then so should I. And I made a commitment in January that I would be here every single Sunday, no matter what. And
that's
we are
right.
in New York. We're getting ready to go on a boat ride. The ladies are at brunch. I mean, at lunch now. They're at lunch. We're going to go on a boat ride and then we're going to go to dinner. So
Enjoy.
I am going to just sign off for now. But I want to let you know that we appreciate you, whether you're watching this live, whether you're catching a replay, whether you heard about it, whether you are a member of Global Women Speakers and you are speaking around the globe and you're traveling with us. I mean, our next stop is Johannesburg. Of course, we have some states. We have Atlanta, Alabama, DC, Los Angeles, and Dallas coming up locally. But our next big stop is Johannesburg, South Africa. And
Oh
so if
boy.
you would like to speak in Johannesburg, South Africa, would you, if you would like to come, you already know the people who roll with Global Women Speakers, you already know how we do it, right? Conference and then excursions, right?
That's
And so,
it.
yes, we're going on a safari. Yes, we're going to do fine dining. Yes, we're shopping. And yes, I also have a lot of surprises as usual. Matter of fact, I don't know if any of them that are there are on right now, but I have a surprise for them on Wednesday. They don't know what it is. And I'm just going to give you guys a hint. Times Square. That's it. That's the only hint. That's the only hint. But with that being said, Erica, you are absolutely incredible. I thank you for being here. Those of you who are considering being a member of Global Women Speakers, go ahead and you see the QR code right here. You can go ahead and you can use that, or you can simply go to globalwomenspeakers.com, globalwomenspeakers.com, and we look forward to having you and seeing you on the other side. We are simply the number one platform for women entrepreneurs to listen, share their message because you got a story. It is time for you to be unashamed, unmuted, and unapologetic and
That's
sell your
it.
products and your services. Yes, we sell. Yes, we have selling classes. Yes, we have sales techniques. Yes, because that's the number one skill that allowed me, listen, to get out of the project, that allowed me to go from 6 to 7. It is just the reality. You got to know how to sell. And I promise you, you don't have to be salesy. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to be pushy. You can actually have soft sales skills. Yes. Did you know that's a thing? It's a thing. And so, yes, we will share our messages and sell our products and our services around the globe. I can tell you this, it is time for you to be paid in different currencies: pesos, francs, dirhams, and every other currency that there is. And I can tell you also this, women, you are not a tree. You are not a tree. Leave your living room, leave your kitchen, leave your community. It is time for you to explore the world because the world is waiting on your message. And I know as women, we're afraid if we leave, something's going to happen. You know, I have so many women that are saying, "How many days are we going to be gone?" I'm like, 4. Oh, I can't be gone that long. Why? How come? They're like, well, you know what? Come to think about it, I don't know. I just feel uncomfortable. I know you do. We all have. I didn't travel until I was an adult. If we couldn't drive somewhere, I didn't go. My mother didn't take us. And so when I got the bug, it was OVER. And at first, I didn't even know about miles and being loyal to one airline. I would look for the cheapest flight. Literally, I would just say, what's the cheapest? I've flown every airlines. I was just looking for the cheapest. And when I found out about miles, I'm like, are you kidding me? I can get paid. I can get benefits. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's not how you start, it is how you finish. I'm living proof. And most importantly, no matter what, you will be successful. No matter what, it is not over until you win. And I promise you, you will win. My name is Dr. Tina D. Lewis. This concludes our Sunday speaker series, and I am going to go and catch the ladies and have dinner with them. I love you. I appreciate you. And Dr. Erica, thank you so much for being here. So, ladies, yes, we're going to close out. That was Dr. Erica. If you enjoyed anything that she shared, if you know that there's layers to this thing, because she can't give you all the meat and potatoes right here, book a call, follow her on social media, tap into her, do exactly that. And I don't know if some of you have noticed, but there's nothing but experts on Sunday Speaker Series. Yes. And just wait until you see what we have in store. I am honored. I'm humbled that you took the time to be here with us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Dr. Tina D. Lewis, and this episode is officially a wrap. Bye for now.